Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into an important topic: how to identify a smuggler. You know, those individuals who try to slip things past security, often with ill intent. We've got a responsibility, all of us, to keep our eyes peeled for suspicious activity. Stay tuned as we uncover the key signs to watch for, because you never know, your awareness might just help us catch the bad guys. All right, let's talk about the first telltale sign of a smuggler: nervous behavior. Have you ever noticed someone who just seems out of place? Maybe they're fidgeting, constantly looking over their shoulder, or sweating like they just ran a marathon. These are all red flags, folks. Smugglers. They're carrying more than just luggage. They're carrying guilt, fear, and a whole lot of anxiety. That pressure cooker of emotions, it's got to come out somewhere. And often it manifests in their body language. Think about it. You're about to sneak something illegal past security. Your heart rate's gonna spike, palms get clammy. You might even break out in a cold sweat. They try to play it cool, but trust me, the nerves, they betray them every time. And it's not just the sweating or the fidgeting, it's the way they interact with their surroundings. They might avoid making eye contact, like they don't want to be seen. Or maybe they're a little too eager to please, showering you with compliments and trying to distract you. Remember, these folks, they're masters of deception, always on edge, ready to bolt at the first sign of trouble. So, if you see someone who fits this profile, someone who just seems off, trust your gut. There's a reason your internal alarm bells are going off. Don't ignore it, report it. It's better to be safe than sorry. Remember, we're all in this together. Let's keep our eyes open and make sure these smugglers don't get away with their dirty deeds. Let's talk about the gift of gab, or lack thereof, when it comes to smugglers. You see, these folks, they often trip themselves up with their own words. They'll spin you a yarn about their travels, but pay close attention, because the details, they rarely add up. 1 minute they're on a business trip, the next they're visiting family, and then they throw in a spontaneous vacation for good measure. It's like a bad spy novel, and trust me, you'll start to feel like you're living in one if you listen long enough. And the vagueness, don't even get me started. You ask a simple question like, what brings you to Israel? And you're met with a shrug and a mumbled, oh, just traveling. Yeah, right. We all know traveling doesn't usually involve smuggling contraband across international borders. But here's the thing, these smugglers, they bank on you not asking questions. They rely on you being too polite, too trusting to call them out on their BS. But we're not buying it, are we? We're smarter than that. We know that real travelers, they're excited to share their stories, to tell you all about the sights they've seen and the people they've met. They don't shy away from questions, they embrace them. So if you encounter someone who's dodging your inquiries like they're bullets who can't seem to keep their story straight, there's a good chance they're hiding something. And that something? It's probably not a souvenir snow globe. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about the tricks of the trade, the better equipped you'll be to spot a smuggler in your midst. Stay vigilant, my friends. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, in the world of smuggling, they're also a dead giveaway. You see, smugglers, they have a hard time looking you straight in the eye. It's like their conscience is eating away at them and they can't bear to face the truth, let alone your gaze. Think about it. When you're talking to someone, and they're constantly averting their eyes, darting around the room or staring intently at their shoes, it sends a clear message. They're hiding something. Now, I'm not saying everyone who avoids eye contact is a criminal mastermind trying to sneak in illicit goods, but it's definitely a red flag, especially when coupled with other suspicious behaviors. And speaking of red flags, let's talk about defensiveness. Smugglers, they're already on edge, and when they feel like they're being cornered, they can get pretty prickly. Ask them a simple question about their luggage and they might snap back with hostility. What's it to you? Or, are you accusing me of something? They might even try to turn the tables on you, questioning your authority or making you feel bad for even asking. But we're not going to be intimidated, are we? We have a right to be vigilant, to ask questions, and to ensure the safety and security of our nation. So, the next time you encounter someone who shies away from eye contact or bristles at the slightest inquiry, trust your instincts. There's probably more to the story than meets the eye. Let's talk travel itineraries, because when it comes to smugglers, their travel plans often read like a laundry list of red flags. You see, these folks, they don't usually book your average round-trip ticket to a sunny vacation spot. No, their journeys are often shrouded in secrecy, marked by unusual patterns and destinations that scream, "Hey, look at me, I might be up to no good." Think about it. Frequent trips to known smuggling hotspots, those places notorious for illicit activities. That's a big one. Or how about constantly changing their travel plans at the last minute, like they're trying to stay one step ahead of the authorities? Yeah, that's not exactly the behavior of your typical tourist. And then there are the layovers. Smugglers love a good layover, especially in countries with lax security measures. It's like a free pass to move their contraband undetected. But here's the thing, these suspicious travel patterns, they leave a trail that we can follow. By paying attention to these red flags, we can start connecting the dots and identifying potential smugglers before they even set foot on our soil. Let's talk money, because let's face it, smuggling is all about the Benjamins, or whatever currency they're peddling. Now, I'm not saying having money makes you a criminal, but in the world of smuggling, it's a major red flag, especially when it's coupled with, shall we say, a lack of transparency. You see, smugglers, they tend to deal in cash, and lots of it. Why? Because it's untraceable, discreet, and perfect for their shady dealings. So if you encounter someone flashing wads of cash like it's going out of style, especially if they can't or won't explain where it came from, your internal alarm bells should be ringing. And it's not just about physical cash. Keep an eye out for expensive items they can't seem to afford. Designer clothes, luxury watches, high-end electronics, you know, the kind of stuff that screams, "I've got secrets and they're probably illegal." Now, I'm not saying you should go around accusing every well-dressed person with a wad of cash of being a smuggler, but it's important to be aware of these red flags, to trust your instincts, and to report anything that seems suspicious. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more informative content. Remember, we all have a role to play in keeping our country safe. By staying vigilant and reporting suspicious activity, we can help stop smugglers in their tracks. Stay safe and vigilant.